All right, for more on this, we also now have online with us our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur. Dharamjot, we did see that it was Manish Sisodia who was in the lead in Jangpura a short while ago. Dharamjot, we also saw some shots of celebrations from the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. What's the mood looking like right now?
Well, sporadically we have Aam Aadmi Party workers coming out and trying to boost the morale of the few people that are present here. I have to mention there are only a few people. We have more media personnel outside the party office than party workers or supporters. Practically negligible number of supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party have gathered here to show any form of solidarity. Just a few party workers who are engaging in sporadic activities. I can hear laziums and tambourines playing in the background right in front of the stage, where party workers are trying to ensure that the mood remains upbeat, that even if the party is losing, it's losing with a brave face. So at the moment, this is the mood. Sporadically, we see some party workers coming out. The leadership is still not here. It's been at Arvind Kejriwal's residence since the past couple of hours. Again, if you can hear in the background, there are songs being played sporadically. The mood, although the bottom line, the mood is somber, they are not trying to show that the mood has died down. So they're still putting on a brave front. Whether or not that converts into a celebration is a long shot, as the numbers we're seeing very clearly indicate a big difference between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. It's going to be very difficult for AAP to kind of gain that ground and move forward by 6 or 7 seats, which could be a game changer, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to happen as per the current trends.
All right, of course, thank you so much for the latest on that. Dharamjot, do stay online with us right now, of course, also being joined by my colleague Shivan Channa. Shivan, Saleh and I, we were discussing that could this perhaps be the time that the pollsters did get it right?
It seems like that, and I mentioned this earlier as well when we were discussing. I think the pressure has been, apart from the political parties, it has been on the pollsters. Here we, of course, have visuals of, BJP supporters, very evident BJP supporters, doing their dance of victory. BJP being the party that it is, and the players that are in the fray at this point being as seasoned as they are, they've been cautious about you haven't seen any initial statements coming in saying that they're celebrating the win too early, but yes, it is gradually sinking in that the BJP will retain that lead that they've had. The multiple rounds of counting are continuing, but as we've seen, that gap has slightly diminished, but it's still 29 for AAP, 41 for BJP, and the Congress from 1, of course, is now at 0.
Right, and of course, as I keep mentioning, this was supposed to be a three-way contest. Now, again, the question is, would things have been, Ms. Fadnis, I want to bring you back into the discussion, would things have been different if the Congress and AAP perhaps could have taken on the BJP together?
So, okay, let's look at a hypothetical scenario where they did a tie-up. The Congress has been in power 3 terms, and it would naturally have demanded, on the back of that, the larger number of seats. AAP has been in power for 2 terms, two terms and a bit, and it did a fantastic, stupendous sort of presence in the capital, and so it would have asked for more number of seats. So what would have happened? The two would have fought each other internally, but with a veneer of fighting strategically to defeat the BJP, and neither would have won. So, frankly, and also, should we think that the Congress is ready to completely write itself off, obliterate itself from the Delhi playground, political playground? I don't think so. The party has a certain presence. It wants to retain that, and it doesn't want to completely give up or write off all its political capital to AAP.
Ms. Fadnis, there is a statement which came in from Umar Abdullah, and he tweeted this. Of course, he's said it in Hindi or Lado Aapas mein. It essentially means continue fighting among each other. It's in a taunting way. He is referring to both Aam Aadmi Party and Congress because the fact that they couldn't come together has only gone in the BJP's favor, is what he seems to be hinting at this point. And how we've just coming back to what he mentioned earlier, it has only benefited BJP, and apart from that, do you feel that this is a kind of a response back from the Congress, back to the Aam Aadmi Party, which was standing against Congress in Goa and in Uttarakhand and in Maharashtra, in several other states?
Well, the counter question that could be put to Omar Abdullah is, were he during the JNK, when the JNK assembly election happens, will he and the PDP do a deal to stand together against BJP? I think not.
That's a valid question.
So, you know, these are mathematical agreements, but they are not political agreements, and it betrays lack of political understanding to say that the Congress will just give everything up simply because it wants to stand against.
But seeing the behemoth that BJP has become in the political circle, we saw it during the general elections and even in the states as they've come one after the other. Is there any other option for the opposition but to stick together and fight BJP, putting aside their own differences?
And perhaps if they could have chosen that path and not been so adamant on fighting separately, do you think that could have bettered their odds?
Well, you know, you saw what happened in the Lok Sabha election. Where a very imperfect electoral alliance, because they were theoretically fighting together but not together also. In states where Congress was powerful, it fought against its alliance partners in the Lok Sabha election. But the Congress did get seats far in excess of what it got in the last Lok Sabha. And the BJP did come down to a position where the Prime Minister and the Congress President had to refer to the BJP as NDA and not BJP, to an NDA victory, to congratulate the NDA, not the BJP alone. So, you know, these things keep changing. Just because there is a behemoth doesn't mean that you have to completely obliterate yourself in order to fight the behemoth. In small pockets, resistance is still there, and it would be a mistake to underestimate that resistance.
Right, and speaking of small pockets of resistance, perhaps now the Congress appears to be completely irrelevant given where things stand right now. But that's what I want to ask you when it comes to the larger political landscape. Do you think in Delhi it does still have pockets of influence and is able to regain ground?
Hard to say. We don't know what will happen in the future. But will the vote share of the Congress that the AAP ran away with in 2015, in 2013, in 2019, will that vote share return to Congress, or will it stay with AAP, or will more vote share of the Congress go to AAP? It's really very hard to say. The fact is, this much is established, that the relationship between the AAP and the Congress is to fight for the same pool of voters.
Ma'am, if we to just shift focus back to the specific seat in Okhla, it's never had a non-Muslim MLA at this seat. Amanatullah Khan has been winning for last two times, and he's trailing largely behind Manish Chaudhary, led by the BJP. Do you feel there was an AIMIM factor there, or do you feel the BJP has just done something right, or is there anti-incumbency in play? What has led to this drastic difference?
Maybe all the factors. Certainly there was anti-incumbency at play. Amanatullah Khan has been proceeded against by multiple investigative agencies for a very shady role in many issues, in many scams. He has, I think, been in prison, has come out on bail, etc., etc. It's true that MIM put up a candidate against him, and that might have cost, that might have divided the Muslim vote. We have to see the data. But this much is true, that the entire Hindu population united behind a non-Muslim candidate in an area which has a very large Muslim presence. So this is both a trend of the future, a trend of things to come in future, but also mistakes that Amanatullah Khan and others made during their political career.
Right, let's also just revise the numbers for our viewers once again and get a quick status check. Right now, the Aam Aadmi Party is at 29, slowly trying to close in that gap, but Of course, we keep seeing a shuttle in those numbers there. BJP has maintained a steady lead in the past 2 hours or so. BJP is at 41. I could just get the Election Commission numbers and the status on round 4 or 17 for Bijwasan. This is numbers from the past half an hour or so. It's Kailash Gehlot of the Bharatiya Janata Party who's in the lead. This is from the Bijwasan constituency. Just a short while ago, we also mentioned how Manish Sisodia was in the lead from the Jangpura constituency. From Dwarka, it's Pradyuman Singh Rajput of the Bharatiya Janata Party who is in the lead. We were seeing some back and forth when it came to the Kalkaji seat as well as the New Delhi constituency where Arvind Kejriwal is now trailing. There was a slender margin to begin with, but now he is trailing there. And in the Dwarka seat, as I mentioned, it's Pradyuman Singh Rajput and Vinay Mishra of the Aam Aadmi Party is trailing there, with Adarsh Shastri trailing as well, which is where the question came whether it would have been perhaps better for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress to perhaps join hands. We've of course heard Ms. Fadnis's views on that as well. Right now, you can see on your screens right now, that's the 36 majority mark. Aam Aadmi Party at 29, BJP at 41.